Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I'm here to talk about NFL news. We're just going to do all the news here on the show, so let's get right into it. So, let's start with the NFL here. So, the Chiefs, they're puzzled by their lack of success in the run game to start the season, having had high expectations for the ground attack coming into the year. Mahomes leads the team in rushing yards with 125 entering week 4. It'll be interesting to see if they make changes. They have a running back coming off an injury and 30-year-old Kareem Hunt. What do they expect? And it's not like Pacheco's doing that great. So, and they're splitting snaps 50-50, so Pacheco's not, I don't know if he's that good, but he's also not getting a lot of carries. They're splitting them. It's Russell Wilson, he got benched. Hasn't affected his confidence. I know I'm a winner. Not now. Most of your career, yes, but these last few years, not really. So per report, the Buccaneers, they won't elevate defensive tackle Desmond Watson to defend the push this week versus Eagles per Todd Bowles. You remember 430-something pounds, Desmond Watson? Yeah, well, they're just keeping the secret, man. You're going to have Vita Vea and Desmond Watson trying to defend the push. So, we'll talk about C.J. Gardner-Johnson, what happened to him, but Nick Sirianni seemingly hinted that the Eagles don't have interest in a reunion. I mean, he really didn't hint at anything here. I don't know if the Eagles will bring him back, though. We'll see, they could. So, per report, Giants QB Russell Wilson won't request a trade or release despite his benching for the rest of 2025. It looks like he'll embrace the QB2 role and he'll mentor Jackson Dart. Hey, don't mind it. I mean, Russ isn't part of the future anyways. So, per report, Jackson Dart, he will remain the Giants starter for the rest of the season. Brian Dable told reporters they named him the starter against the Chargers for week 4, and he'll be now starting for the rest of this 2025 regular season. The Eagles, they're replacing edge rusher Nolan. I just want to turn the light off so I can have better quality. The Eagles, they're replacing edge. So the Eagles will be placing Nolan Smith, edge rusher, on IR, meaning he will be out for the next 4 games. So Nolan Smith will be out for 4 games at least. The 49ers, they hosted free agent defensive back Shiloh Sanders for a workout. Shiloh. So, the Texans, they are releasing safety C.J. Gardner-Johnson per rap sheet. And it comes out there was friction behind the scenes. He was critical of teammates, complaining about his role, wanted to blitz more frequently, and even made a trade request. So, it just seems like to me he's never, felt what losing is. Coming from a Super Bowl team to ass on grass can do that, man. This guy's a diva, man. Everywhere he goes, he's a diva. Not a great teammate, it seems. The Giants, they're signing former Falcons kicker Younghoe Koo to their practice squad. Commander starter receiver Terry McLaurin can miss this week's game against the Falcons with a quad injury, per Adam Schefter. The Giants, obviously, are starting QB Jackson Dart this week against the Chargers. So Drew Brees was on first take, and he called the Eagles' offense boring. He said, can't stand to watch that offense. It's the most boring offense. He's not wrong if you didn't watch the second half of the Rams game. Titans head coach, QB's coach, Bo Hardigree will now take over play calling duties from head coach Brian Callahan, he told reporters. Kind of really starts to seal his fate, considering they hired him for his play calling duties. So week 3 for the NFL, ESPN's week 3 matchup featuring Lions and Ravens had 22.8 million viewers, making it one of the network's 4 most watched Monday Night Football games ever, and ESPN's most watched MNF week 3 game. The Bucs, they listed wide receiver Chris Godwin as a full participant in today's practice. Yes. The Chiefs have listed wide receiver Xavier Worthy as a full participant in today's practice, putting him on track to play Sunday against Baltimore. Seahawks defensive backs Devin Witherspoon and Julian Love have no injury designation for Thursday night's game in Arizona and are good to go against the Cardinals. The rookie safety, though, Nick Emanwari, is listed as doubtful. So the Commanders quarterback Jane Daniels, he says he feels good and more like himself, but that doesn't mean he'll play in Atlanta on Sunday, so not sure if he's going to play against Washington. What is happening? Ravens head coach John Harbaugh said Nnamdi Madubuike won't play Sunday due to his neck injury. There was no practice today for Bill Krosky Merritt nor Terry McLaurin for the Commanders. Cam Ward, he was listed as a limited participant at today's practice. Torrey McMillan, Panthers receiver, did not practice today due to a calf injury. Brock Purdy, he will be limited at practice as he continues to try to come back from his toe injury. There's no practice today for either receiver Ricky Pearsall or Juwan Jennings. Receivers, they're not practicing. Jane Daniels will be a limited participant in today's practice. Zach Tom, Packers right tackle, is not expected to play Sunday night versus Cowboys due to the oblique injury he suffered in the loss at Cleveland. So Browns placed offensive tackle DeJuan Jones on injured reserve, and they signed Thayer Munford Jr. off New England's practice squad. Now Micah Parsons on sacking Dak Prescott, and quote, "It's going to be painful." Sure, man. The Bucks, they signed 449-pound nose tackle Desmond Watson, as we talked about earlier. Quincy Williams' shoulder will be placed on IR, means he will miss at least 4 games for the Jets. Buccaneers starter wide receiver Mike Evans is expected to miss 2 or 3 weeks with a hamstring injury per sources, so he's going to miss that Eagles game this week and probably the week after that. Tyrone Tracy is believed is expected to be sidelined 2 to 4 weeks due to the dislocated shoulder injury he suffered Sunday night in the loss versus Kansas City. Jerry Jones told reporters that CeeDee Lamb's ankle injury could land him on injured reserve, so definitely, I think he might be put on injured reserve soon, man. And one last thing from Adam Schefter before I move on. They are listing running back Zach Charbonnet as questionable for Thursday night. Boye Mafe and Anthony Bradford questionable, and Josh Jones is out. So that's all from Schefter. Mike Vrabel, he anticipates Christian Gonzalez being able to ramp up his workload in hopes of playing Sunday against Carolina. Malik Neighbors and Theo Johnson also did not practice today, along with kicker Graham Gano. So those are some things to watch. Maybe that's why they signed Young Wei Koo. So let's move on to wrestling here. So NXT talent Jasmine Nix, she's known at WWE. The company offered her a new contract. Her current one is expiring, but she declined what they were offering her. This is via PW Insider. Yeah, it definitely sucks. I mean, people are like, oh, she's going to go to OnlyFans or whatever. I don't know. Not going to speculate and say that. Tony Khan is set to make an important announcement on AEW Dynamite tonight. Oh, yes, an announcement. Braun Breaker versus Brock Lesnar has been talked about taking place in the future. Potentially at WrestleMania 42 next year via Body Slam Net. Pass. Really wouldn't care to see this. I mean, I like Braun Breaker. I just don't know if I want to see this match. Jasmine Nix confirmed that she won't be re-signing with WWE as the new 3-year contract they offered her wasn't financially enough. People are like, oh, she's going to start an OnlyFans once she leaves. What happened to you people saying you respect and admire women? I mean, she was in WWE's developmental program, getting plenty of spotlight. But I don't know how much they're making in NXT, though. So, TNA launched an internal investigation following allegations of a DV that surfaced against former women's champion Masha Slamovich. I saw this on Twitter yesterday. I mean, the evidence looks pretty fucking damning, so it's not looking good though. But these are allegations. I have to be specific. These are allegations. John Cena versus Dominic Mysterio has reportedly been discussed for one of his final few appearances. And he declared in a new Instagram post, he's the captain of his farewell tour now. I'm the captain now. I'm the captain now. John Cena versus AJ Styles has officially been announced for Crown Jewel. WWE fans are coping, saying, oh, they were doing this the whole time. No, John Cena and the fans forced this. I don't want to hear that crap. WWE fans are just coping. I'm not going to go over the WWE or the PWI top 500. It's too much time. WWE's filed a trademark Los Americanos. Oh, great. WWE is reportedly not planning another match between Lesnar and Cena following WrestlePalooza. Well, I mean, it's pretty obvious now, but why have Lesnar squash him then? That's stupid. Piper Niven's injury, end quote, could be career-ending. I mean, I think Wrestling Observers will take with a grain of salt. TNA, they invaded NXT last night, but that's really all the wrestling to talk about. Let's talk about some NASCAR news. Ronnie Childers has a new gig for 2026, crew chief for the Junior Motorsports #1 car in the Xfinity Series, Carson Quaffle, and Connor Zilch will share the ride with a number of races for each to be determined. I mean, happy for Ronnie to get a big opportunity. Finally, get a big team, another big team to crew chief with. I'm assuming with Carson Quaffle it has to be like sponsored or like funding related, to why it's not full time, to where they had to have Connor also in the car. That's what I'm assuming, but that's just assumption. Don't really know anything other than that. The ratings. USA Network got a 0.70 rating, 1.29 million viewers for Sunday's NASCAR Cup race in New Hampshire. It's down from a 1.0 rating and 1.88 million viewers for last year's race at the same track, and from a 0.96 rating and a 1.79 million from last year's fourth playoff race at Kansas. But my playoffs, they're good, NASCAR says. Yeah, don't like it, don't watch it. Seems like people are taking that approach. Man, bad cars, bad coverage, and hard to find what networks on any given week. Well, I mean, it's not, well, I shouldn't say what network. I mean, I have pretty much all of them, but bad racing for the most part, not great coverage. Just burn the playoff format, please. 1.92 million viewers being the average for the Cup race is terrible. It's going to be soon. We're going to be seeing Cup races under a million viewers. Corey LaJoy said, I'll look at Daytona 500, but Truck Series offers I'm not entertaining. Corey LaJoy is looking at NASCAR-related things, but isn't giving up on driving. Said he'd entertain really good chances, but is hunting a Daytona 500 seat. He has 3 top 10s so far in trucks. I don't understand if you've had I don't understand that. If you've had an offer to drive for a team like Collier, another good team in trucks, you wouldn't take that chance. I mean, I'm not surprised. He had an offer for the 19 truck and turned it down, so I'm not surprised. So let's go over the Kansas schedule for the weekend. Friday, 4:30 ARCA P&Q, 8 on FS1. The ARCA race. Saturday, 10:30 CW app, Xfinity P&Q, 1 on True TV Cup P&Q, 3:30 CW pre-race, 4 CW Xfinity race. Sunday, 2:30 USA pre-race, and 3 on USA the Cup race. That's your Kansas weekend schedule. Xfinity green flags at 4:10 and Cups at 3:05. I assume ARCA's somewhere around 8, probably like 8:10, 8:15. So RCR confirms that the plans for Randall Mint to finish out the year as the crew chief for Kyle Busch. As announced yesterday, Burnett, he will crew chief Zillich in 2026. Goodyear has a new intermediate right side tire that will debut in Kansas and also will be used for Vegas. So we'll see if that tire actually works. Randall Burnett will move to Trackhouse next season and will be the crew chief for Connor Zillich. Let's talk about a little NBA here. Matt Ashiba on Kevin Durant. He just wasn't fit for what we're doing going forward, where they made that trade. Kendrick Perkins says he's still waiting for Devin Booker to prove he's a true #1 option and enter the same conversation like Anthony Edwards. Well, I don't know if you're going to see it this year with that team. The Utah Jazz will not sign Walker Kessler to an extension, and he's expected to become a free agent next summer, so that should be interesting. Quentin Grimes and the Sixers remain far apart in contract talks with Media Day starting. Kuminga didn't attend Jimmy Butler's Warrior mini camp. James Wise is not guaranteed a spot on the Pacers roster. The National Basketball League in Australia has expressed interest in bringing in Ben Simmons. Wow. Michael Porter Jr. says he doesn't know how much longer he wants to play and plans to take it year by year. Ace Bailey's parting ways with Omar Cooper as agent. Killian Hayes is signing with the Cavs per Mike A. Scotto. Oh, God. Thomas Bryant ended up signing with the Cavs and Achua went to the Heat. But that's all the news for sports that I've missed the last few days I've covered and covered stuff from today. So, yeah. That's all to say. Leave a like, subscribe for more. Peace.